Hello, everyone. I'm Allison, and welcome to My Weekly Meltdowns coverage of Survivor, Edge of Extinction. And as always, with me is Tyler Lyons. How are you this evening, Tyler?
I'm fantastic, Allison. But first, I just wanted to say I really hate Rick Devens. I don't even want to bury the lead here. He drives me bananas, and I am so worried that we're headed towards a Rick win this season.
All I could think about was you and your hatred for Subway, and it just made me smile so big, especially when he found that idol. I was like, dude's gonna take that fake shit to
Oh
Jeff.
my
Jeff's gonna be
God.
like, nope, not valid. Then he's gonna pull out that idol, and I'm gonna have to peel Tyler off the floor. I'm gonna have to carry his ass
I have
all
like a
through this
whole
tape
separate
show.
list of just moments that I wrote down about how much I hated Rick Devens tonight. How are you,
Oh,
Allison? Let me ask you that.
I'm all right. I've been a little under the weather this week with little
Hmm.
ear infections, so my
Hmm.
kind of getting. This is the first time I've had anything put in my ear, and it's a
Oh,
little weird since I've yeah. So anyway,
all
hello
right.
to everyone in the chat: Mocho, James Pratt, you, Michael Givens. We've got a lot of people. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I tell you what, family visit tonight. People
Hmm.
crying. Lauren straddling her dad. Not
Hmm.
awkward in the least.
I mean, I think the most awkward was probably Aurora's brother kissing her on the forehead and saying that they're so close, and
No.
it just felt a little romantic to me.
Okay, no, that's not no. How that my brother would kiss me on the foot. Here's the thing: Lauren V-line for her father and straddled him. That's not normal. And I'm from the South.
You can tell she's a daddy's girl, though.
I would
I think that
never.
that's definitely the case.
I love
Um,
my dad. I love him to death, but I'm not jumping on him like that if I see him on Survivor. I don't give a flip.
did you notice how Julie's husband, like, he was wearing that like plaid shirt, but his pits were just like drenched. Like half of his
No,
shirt was like,
I couldn't get past the hysterical crying that the two of them were doing
oh, I
together.
know.
I just couldn't get. I have it in my notes. Julie slash husband hysterical crying.
I did like that Victoria was saying that she has been watching with her family since she was 6.
Yes,
That is like the story of like my Survivor experience as well, watching it with my family, like
it's like with
super
my
young.
son.
So
Yeah.
it's cool to see when like a family member who's equally as big of a fan gets the opportunity to come out there for the reward challenge.
Hey, I'm all on board for watching Victoria's dad play.
I was also, whenever there's like a gay couple on Survivor for the loved
Mhm.
ones visit, you
Yeah.
can just tell Jeff Probst is like so.
Can we talk about Jeff Sass?
It's
Because
so
he goes,
funny.
"Hey Ron, let's see who married you."
Yeah, and then he's like, "So how does it feel, Ron, to be finally in the arms of your partner?"
Your husband, Jeff, they're married.
Right.
It's 2019, honey. Come on. You haven't been
Jesus.
on that island that long. That's
Ugh.
that's kind of like if I had been on there and my significant other, Captain Obvious, came out there and Jeff was like, okay, Allison, let's pull the person out that has to put up with you 24/7. Let's see what this guy looks like. He just looks beat emotionally to a pulp. Just nothing left, empty in the eyes, just
Yep.
come slugging out like, yeah, y'all putting up this for a couple of days. Try 20 years.
Yeah, if I were hosting Survivor, that's exactly what I would say to you before bringing out
Oh,
your loved one.
you know what I would say to you?
What?
Oh, Tyler, I'm dying to see this.
Who would you I think we've asked this before, but who would you because I feel like my answer changes. Who would you have come out there for your loved one's visit?
Well, it depends. If it were for a challenge,
I don't think you know that information before going out there.
um, Oh, that's so hard. Like I would, I would love for my mom would make the trip.
Mhm.
I would want my dad there. I'd want my brother. I'd want my son. I would want Captain Obvious, obviously. He might have a heart attack in the heat because he can't stand it. He'd probably be like, "Oh, there is somebody else. I love you." Kind of enjoying the 39 days away from you.
We have an interesting comment in the chat. Jarek Stedman says, "I would always tell my loved ones to throw the challenge." I actually kind of agree with this. Like, it's much better to be picked for the reward challenge than it is to win it, because you're in that really hard situation of picking like the people and stuff like that, and it always leads to some kind of fallout. Like we saw at Tribal Council tonight, Lauren saying it was very telling who Ron picked and who he didn't pick, and where it showed his loyalties to. And I feel like, especially in the case of Victoria and Lauren tonight, they were pretty bitter that they didn't get to spend more time with their dads. And I think it made turning on Ron a lot easier of a decision for them.
Yeah, I mean, you're always bitter when you can't spend time with your family. I
Mhm.
understand that. I mean, a loved one could be anyone. Like Tyler, I could pick you as my loved one
Mhm.
just so I could scream and yell and tell how useless you are on national television.
Yeah, until I win you a challenge.
That's right.
Mhm.
And I know damn well you wouldn't pick me.
No. So we have a question from Pokemon. They can't stay long, so they want us to ask this right away. Do you feel like the show was giving Lauren credit for the Ron move tonight? I actually think that the credit more so goes to Victoria.
I agree.
She, we saw her. We've seen her throughout the whole season saying like, I don't care who gets voted out. I don't have loyalties to anybody. And I feel like Victoria is very good with that one-on-one conversation on the beach. Like that whole, like, I'm going to take like a moment of privacy with you, get on the same page as you. And she said to Lauren tonight, flat out, she said, we haven't worked together this whole game. That, the fact that she leads with that conversation and then she ends up flipping Lauren to get what she wants to do, and Gavin on her side as well. I think it's really incredible, like social skills on her part, and it's like a very like underrated thing that's being talked about in the game, outside of me talking about Victoria every week. But so I do feel like Lauren got some credit for it too, though. Like they showed Lauren telling Gavin the plan and everything like that, and Gavin really didn't give like any kind of pushback except for saying, well, Ron, he just gave me that reward challenge with my wife, and so I feel kind of bad voting him out. But then again, that would kind of ruin my relationships with Lauren and Victoria and all of them. So I don't really know what to do. I'm going to scratch my head and just kind of figure it out.
Yeah, stop. What? Did you just try to speak Southern words at me?
I did.
No.
How did I do?
Horrible. We don't sound like that. But
he kind of sounds like that.
Shut up. He does have that kind of slow Southern. Yeah, he does have. Okay, I'll give you that. But I do feel like they, in the end, did try to kind of make it look like it was a little bit more Lauren, and it wasn't. It was definitely Victoria. But I love how Ron is talking to his husband about everything that he's done, and his husband's like, "Well, you're still here, aren't you?"
Yeah. Well,
that is the ultimate partnership, right?
Well, and he also said, "I'm in charge of this game." And whenever you say that in Survivor, you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Unless your name is like Sandra or like Boston Rob.
Swan song.
It really is like a swan song, seriously. So I'm not surprised to see Ron go out here. It's very confusing to me, like how he thinks that he was in charge of this game at any point of the game. We've given him like pussy of the week on here, like week after week.
Oh, guess what? It's going to be week 4 in a row.
Can you give pussy of the week to the person voted out?
I can give pussy to the week to whoever I want. It's my show.
That's true. That's true.
It's if you're the pussy of the week, you're the pussy of the week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. But that's just the way to. But I gotta say, man, though, I like Ron, and I just like the way he was just talking to his husband and just telling him everything that he did, and he really believed his plan was going to work, and he was playing the game. That's the thing. Like, you can't worry about, you just got to play, and you can say whatever you want about Ron, but he went out with a plan, trying to hatch a plan, and he was playing. And I don't think he was trying to make Subway look stupid in front of his wife and his kid. I think that was silly of him to say that. He was making a move. He's trying to get close to $1 million.
Yeah, sure, and I totally respect that. You know, he's being very scrappy. Like, he knows he's on the bottom, and he's trying like everything he can do to get out of that situation. I will always praise those people over the people that kind of just like lay down and accept defeat. So I do admire that. However, like, he just doesn't have these like social bonds. He doesn't have that kind of compare like him trying to make something happen to Victoria trying to make something happen today. Like, a world of difference in terms of just how you're approaching people and how you're treating people. This is just classic example of like, you are the hero of your own story.
Right.
In games like these, like, everybody thinks that they are the one like driving the ship, and he doesn't realize he's a passenger rather than a pilot on the season.
And I just want to, it's like, a shout out to the tree that had the hidden immunity idol. I'm sorry. I don't know how Subway got up that damn tree. And people just kind of let me tell you something. If I'm on Survivor and is deathly afraid of air and nature and bugs and animals and transit, I will hear a mouse fart in those woods and jump and look around to see what's going on. There's no way.
Oh yeah.
How did he slide up that thing and slide down, and then nobody's the wiser?
Yeah. That's a great question.
Player of the week is the tree.
Yeah. Hold on, we have a question in the chat. So, gun to head, who do you think is the winner, Lauren, Julie, or Rick? My gut is telling me Lauren or Rick.
But you can only pick one. But Rick, I mean, the guy's got the winner's edit. Look what all he's done. Come on, man. I mean, look, they love him. Look what he's done. He has found these idols. He brought himself back from the dead. I mean, as much as you hate him, you cannot take that from him.
Yeah.
Tyler.
I mean, do you think that Gavin is like I think that he's a very serious contender as well. I think I don't think that Victoria is going to win, unfortunately. No, I don't think that she is going to like seal the deal at like a final tribal, is my concern with her. We see, especially like we're seeing like these like huge jury reactions tonight. Like, whenever like Rick does something, these fucking like theatrics that he does.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I hate it so much, Allison. But the people on the jury, like Kelly Wentworth and Purple Julia, are like cheering.
Oh
like,
yeah, Julia's all doing this and stuff.
Julia was like about to like start like twerking. She
what
was
are you
like
doing over there, man? Sit the fuck down. Be quiet.
Like, you are more active of a presence on Survivor on jury than you were on this season.
Yeah, don't show your card. Shut up. Did War Dog do that? No, he sat there. You sit there. You smile, you smirk, you might roll your eyes a little bit, whatever. But at this point, it's like all Reem can vote off of is what she sees at tribal council and what everyone else is telling her. How is she going to make a fair assessment when it comes time to vote? The theatrics, the dog and pony show that's going to shut up, sit down, be purple, go away, shoot.
Be purple. So we of course, so what did you think about, God, I have so many things to talk about for this episode.
Go for it,
so
honey.
What did you think about them doing like a challenge instead of like the usual where like the loved ones are like over on the side like rooting for them kind of thing? I always really enjoy when the loved ones are a part of the challenge too, and I'm glad to see that they brought this back.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I loved how Subway kept nailing his wife in the face.
Oh my
with
God.
that water. I was like, you know what? If I had been Mrs. Subway, I would have thrown that bucket at him. Here, see what if it? Yeah, I hit you in the face. Stop.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy I feel like it's more they're playing more an active role in who wins the challenge, and I don't know. I just think it's more fun to see them like interacting with their loved ones and stuff. Of course, we saw Gavin's wife. They were supposed to they did get married, and then 2 days afterwards, he left for Survivor.
Right.
I feel like between like Gavin and Rick and Lauren, like I think those three in particular got really good kind of like full like winners edits in terms of like, this is who I'm rooting for, this is why I'm fighting in this game type of thing.
Yeah, I think they got really good edits tonight. It's just wow. I mean, what kind of I can't even imagine. Can you imagine you and I? Can you imagine? Do you know what would happen if you nailed me in the face with that water repeatedly? You wouldn't be able to sit down with a bucket up your ass.
Michael's asking in the chat, will you guys do a draft video once the cast for all winners is announced?
Yes,
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, I will be all over that.
130%.
Let's see what else. So what did you think about Rick catching Aurora looking through his bag?
I love how it's like, I don't care either. It was just back and forth. It's like, I'm okay, I don't care. I would have strangled her with that strap. No, get out of my shit. I would have come flying over there on my broomstick. Bitch, get your hands off my stuff. I know it's allowed, but you better stop. Be classy for a minute. Look, people are in bags all the time. It's free game. But I just don't like Aurora right now. And I don't like how they carried themselves about it. Say something. Say that was bullshit. That is bullshit. Why were you in my stuff? I know it's a game. I know it's allowed. But at this point, you assholes have already told me I'm going home. So why get my stuff? You know?
I just think it's so funny how like Rick, like he thinks he's such hot shit, right? He comes back to camp. He's like, "You're looking through my bag. Like it's pretty awkward, you know. Like
let's make this awkward. I'm making it awkward."
And Aurora, like she gave no fucks. She was like, "Yeah, I looked through the bag. Like it's we're allowed to do that. Like I don't care, and it's not awkward." And then Rick's like, he's trying to like antagonize her, so he's like, "Yeah, well, I guess I'm the only awkward one then, huh?" And she's like, "Yeah, I guess so."
I'll be honest with you. If I'd walked up and seen her going through my bag, I would have been like, okay. And I would have went right up to her bag and started dumping all her shit out. Okay, you going through my stuff? I'm going to go through your stuff. Don't give me an eye roll or anything because you said it's part of the game. Let's see. Oh, you got hair in here. That's cute. How about some, what else you got in here? Well, I tell you what. You don't have any gameplay. Let's see.
No social skills.
No social skills.
I don't see any confessionals in here.
No confessionals. I do see some purple deep down in the bottom.
That is too good. So another reason why I really liked this episode, I feel like we got to like learn a lot more about who these people are. Of course, like the loved ones visit always helps with that. But did you notice this was the first episode without an Edge of Extinction segment?
I know, and I was like,
and it felt good.
Yeah, because really at the okay, I'm gonna break it down from. Well, first of all, I was kind of upset because they tried to lead us to think that we were going to get to see Reem saying something to War Dog. So I was kind of excited about that. A little disappointed didn't get to see his eye rolls. But I think we're done with it. I'll be honest with you. Jeff keeps referring to them as the jury. That's it. How many people do we have left? 5 or 6?
We have 6 left. And on the promo for next week, they didn't mention anything about somebody coming back.
Yeah. And we've got 2 weeks till finale, right?
Yeah, but why would they show at the end? Why would they show what's his nuts? Ron choosing to go to Extinction Island? Like why is Extinction Island still a thing?
Because everyone is on the jury now. Everyone's on the jury.
Right, but if there's no chance to re-enter the game, then wouldn't they be going to Ponderosa now?
Why would he get to go to Ponderosa when nobody else?
No, I'm saying like if there's no re-entry to the game, there's no Edge of Extinction.
I just don't see it. I know what they're. I think that they've.
Well, they showed
gotten
in the promo that they're getting something next week. So
Well, I just think they've gotten in over their head. I think that it's just too much. There's too many people now, and only one person's going to come out with that. It's going to be a revolving door, no matter who it is, and that person is going out. So it's just ridiculous. Like I can't even. I can't. They might as well have called this season Ghost Island.
Michael's saying that somebody's coming back at Final 5.
Yeah, but how long are they going to be there, Michael? Michael, how long are they going to be there?
That is yet to be seen, but who knows? Like maybe Rick will be voted out next week, and then I swear to Christ,
he's not going to be voted out next week because they saw him running around like the fucking fugitive through the woods, and he couldn't. He's obviously onto something.
Oh my God,
this is like Ben 2.0.
Yeah, and then we'll get
again.
some confessional like we got tonight where he's like, and I'm Rick Devens from Vada Beach, and that's the top story for this evening. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Rick. Like, you are so intolerable to me.
He doesn't do news stories. He's a weatherman.
If War Dog is watching our show, I would love to know what he thought about like the theatrics that Rick was doing at Tribal, like these past few times, especially tonight. I would just like, of course, we saw like big reactions from Kelly and Julia, but I'm really curious, like the rest of the jury, like what did they think of like all of this just like chaos? Let's see what else. So do you guys? It's only you, Allison.
It's just me, honey. Well, it depends on what personality you want to answer. Because I got a couple.
That's very true. Very accurate. So we see, of course, like we talked about earlier, Victoria goes to Lauren on the beach. She gets down at her level and she says, we have not worked, like we haven't been on the same page throughout the entire game, but we need each other right now. And here's what we can do. We have enough votes. We have the numbers right now to split between taking out Rick, and if he has an idol and plays an idol, at least that's fleshed out, and we can still take out Ron, who we need to take out anyway. And Lauren agrees with this plan. Do you think, and Aurora does too, Aurora tells them about the extra vote, which I thought was really clever of Aurora to do here, because she says, like, I'm going to give it to Gavin because in the event of a tie, I won't be able to vote and use my extra vote. So Gavin, since he has immunity, he will be able to no matter what happens tonight.
Well, the question is now, is he going to give it back to her since she didn't go?
Well, he used it tonight.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I can't count. He
yeah,
did?
I watched the credits at the end where they showed the votes, and they showed him voting for Ron twice.
Oh, so who all voted for Ron?
Let me see. I'll go about something else while I'm looking this up.
I don't know what to talk about.
This is dead air.
You would think I'd know how. I've only been doing this for 5 years. You think I'd know how to fill dead air? I can't even. I don't know.
Let's see. It's not on the wiki yet.
Okay, never mind. Who cares? Okay, so were you going to go on a subway rant or something? Were you going to go down a list of something?
No, because like I'll save that for like when we're talking about Tribal. But I first wanted to talk about like how this plan all came together. Like, did you think that this was a good plan for Victoria and Lauren and Gavin and Aurora? Who do you give the most credit to for this? Like, what did you think about it?
Well, from the way it looked to me, Victoria came up with the idea and went to Lauren, and then they took it to Gavin. I would like to see, Victoria, Gavin, and Lauren working together more, and bring in I don't care who they bring in, just the three of them, because I'm kind of over Julie and Aurora. Like, I don't even I don't even see the point anymore. I mean, I really don't think Julie's a villain. I think she went along with Ron's plan because they've been working together. And I just think she got caught, and she'll be the one who pays for it. Because we all fucking know that Subway is going to find an idol next week. We all know. Ben.
God, I hope not. I know, like that. We're headed towards like another Ben type of win. Somebody asked me in the chat earlier, "Am I going to pick Aubrey for my all-winner season?" And I said, "Yes, I'm going to pick Aubrey, and I'm also going to pick Chrissy because those are the two true winners of those respective seasons." Unfortunately, it looks like Rick is headed to the big W here. Let's see. So, of course, we get to Tribal Council. Rick, of course, like opens up the floor by just throwing it out there to everybody. Hey, guys, Aurora went through my bag. We get big reactions from the jury, especially out of David Wright, who I totally forgot was even on the show for a quick second. It just like turns into the Rick show. You know, he gets up and plays that like stupid like paper advantage thing that Ron gave him, which I'm glad they showed that because it's telling me that the editors aren't hiding him from mistakes that he's making. Like he very much so fell for that. And if he didn't have that idol, he would have looked like an idiot going out tonight, right?
Oh, 100%. But I think he acted the way he did because he knew that it was not legit. And if he didn't have, I guarantee you, if he didn't have that other idol, the real idol, he wouldn't have acted that way. Seriously.
Yeah. So maybe his problem is he is just not like a gracious winner. Like when he's like on the top and when he's doing well, he's very braggy. He's very like gloaty. So like once he played that idol, he was like, I knew I couldn't trust you guys. You guys are snakes. And like just saying like all these personal things and kind of like cheering to himself just as hard as Julia and Kelly were cheering for him.
So dumb.
And then not until like Ron gets up and he gets his torch snuffed and he turns around and says, I have nothing but love for you guys, like good gameplay. That is when Rick identifies, oh, wait, maybe I should say something like a good gameplay, love you too, back to him. He doesn't realize that like in that moment where he should, you know, he's like making like a party for himself. But then after Ron makes him realize that is when he's like, oh, wait, I'm still pandering to a jury here. These are still people that are going to vote for me or vote against me at the end of this game. And if I keep treating them like shit like I am here, I'm not going to get the votes at the end. I feel like if Rick wins, it's because of the people that are on Extinction Island that are only seeing these theatrics at Tribal and not this like gross behavior at immunity challenges or back at camp or anything like that. They're just seeing like what is the most entertaining thing to them at these tribal councils, which is Rick.
Right. And that just brings up the point that I made earlier about Reem. I mean, all she's got to go off of is what people are telling her and what she's seeing in the circus that is tribal council.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but he would not have Subway acting the way the menu was fake made me so pissed off, and mentioning his child. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I said earlier, I don't feel like Julie and really Ron, it was, you know, I don't think they were trying to humiliate him in a vindictive way. You know, I mean, this child's 4. Like, how's he gonna know? You know, the way his dad's acting is probably just he's used to seeing his dad act stupid, unless they're up for him.
Yeah.
Another day that ends in Y.
The last thing that I have in my notes is Jeff giving us a new metaphor today, which I actually really enjoyed, or not enjoyed. Let's not take it that far. I agreed with.
It's too late. Too late. That's like saying you agree with me and trying to take it back. No.
That's true. Jeff compared this season's chaos to a pinball machine, and I totally agree with that. You know, like I feel like in past seasons that you and I and Deb sometimes have covered of Survivor and Big Brother, we have kind of known like where the trajectory is going to head. But this season, like, you know, it changes so much every single week, and it's so hard to predict like what is going to happen next. it's kind of just like spinning like a wheel and seeing like where it lands and who's going to get voted off.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm excited to see like how the rest of the season finishes. It's just going to be a shame when, unfortunately, Rick does win, and it's going to put a damper for me personally on how I feel about the season as a whole.
Were you gonna go on a rant because I got my music queued up?
I feel like I've sprinkled my rant like throughout the.
God, for once I've got it ready, and you don't even want to go on a rant.
Sorry, I'm a strategic robot. I've tried the best I can to be emotional, but it's too hard for me. That's your job. That's your role.
Okay, so the drama. How dare ye?
It's true.
Oh, I watched Game of Thrones this past Sunday.
We're not talking about Game of Thrones. I hate Game of Thrones.
I knew I'd get on something. I knew I'd get something.
Did you see my tweet on Sunday?
Yes, I did. That's why I brought it up.
I have never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, and I feel like my life is so much better because of that. I hate it so much, Allison.
I love it. I love it. Captain Obvious watches it, and I catch it here and there, and I already know what's going on, and I haven't had to watch it for 10 years. So
stupid.
But anyway,
so who do you think's getting voted off next in the show?
Who do I think is getting
in some
killed?
Stupid battle that's too dark?
Not the White Winter monster dude.
Yeah, I don't know if winter is coming or if it's
winter is coming next week.
Yeah.
Survivor. Winter is coming because they're getting a box on Edge of Extinction Island.
Oh yeah, and Chris is bringing it in, which will bring us some new Stingray gifts. If you know what I mean.
Was bringing it with all of his hands. Sorry. Anyway,
you're staring to the camera. It was just so funny.
let me ask you a question. What do you think is in Chris's box?
A dick in a box.
Mother's Day's coming up.
There you go.
Mother, what do? You give her a box. You get a box. You cut a hole.
Chris's dick in it.
Get the dick in a box.
Question: will it fit in the box?
Will it fit?
Probably not.
That look like a small box.
Yeah, it's not going to fit.
It's not in there.
So who do you think is going home next week?
If Subway doesn't get an idol, I think he will go, or I think Julie will go, because that's done. That's done. Her and Aurora, one of those two. If Subway doesn't go, it's one of those two. It has to be.
I don't know. I think Julie is a lock for Final 3 as a GOAT.
Oh, God. No, not even at this point. That's not a GOAT. We have surpassed GOAT. There has to be a new player that is even lower and more useless than a GOAT. Let's brainstorm. People, help us out here. What is worse than a GOAT?
Like a sloth? Like a snail?
No, I like a sloth. I'd rather deal with a sloth than that. I mean, I don't get it at this point. Like, I don't even get Aurora's not even. I mean, Aurora's more of still a GOAT, but I mean, Julie's just a hot mess. I don't get it. Yeah. She's as useless. She's just like those chickens. She's a chicken at this point. She's running around, flailing around, not doing shit. And
crawling off of the immunity challenge.
Can't even fucking walk. Well, it's not even I don't even know there's not an adjective in my verbal arsenal that I can pull out at this point to describe something lower than a GOAT. Is there a spider behind me? Are y'all being serious? Someone in the chat said there was a spider behind me. Is there? Y'all don't even know. I don't have my fucking fly swatter.
I don't think
there's something behind me, Eddie, in the chat.
Eddie Smith, fantastic prank. If that is,
y'all don't even know.
It's so funny.
I killed a spider, the equivalent of a face hugger from Aliens, yesterday in my bathroom.
So I'm going to take a different route to who I think is going next week. I think it's either going to be Gavin or Lauren that goes next week. I think like Rick will probably win Immunity Challenge and or pull 3 idols out of Jeff Probst's butt during Tribal.
Hold on, what?
It's true.
Full three, not 1, not 2,
3.
but 3 idols out of Jeff Probst's ass.
Yeah, and Jeff will love every second of it. So I think that they'll want to target like a backup of somebody who is a big threat and who is always like number 1 or 2 in these challenges outside of Subway. It's Gavin and it's Lauren. You know, we saw them really hang on for dear life tonight, and Gavin has won 2 immunity challenges. I think it's time to take a swing at one of those 2. Or maybe Aurora, but I feel like we say that every week.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's just useless. I feel like the new term for something worse than a goat is an Aurora. I mean, I feel like that's the new thing. She's not a goat. She's an Aurora. We don't know what it is.
Aurora is just such a weird name too for somebody, you know?
Isn't that Sleeping Beauty's name or something?
Yeah, and I don't like it there either.
Who's Brie Rose? Briar Rose. Isn't that Sleeping Beauty?
I have no idea. You are asking the wrong person.
Is Aurora Tangled? I don't know. I don't know Disney.
No, Aurora is Sleeping Beauty.
Okay. I
do know that. So yeah, so we'll see what happens next week.
Okay, so my player of the week.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that.
My player of the week is the tree that held Subway. Okay, looking for the idol. I mean, that tree has more game than Julie and Aurora combined. I mean, that tree would win in the final 3.
No, I don't think that's fair to Aurora. Aurora had a good game night tonight.
Okay, I tell you what, I take that back about Aurora. That tree did more than Julie.
Okay, that's fair. I will give my player of the week to Victoria. I think that whole plan set in motion was all her. And she's doing some really good small things. I just don't think that in this day and age, when everybody's talking about resume and we're literally making that a drinking game, you know, the big question is like, is that enough? And I don't think it is, especially in this season when Rick at Tribal is going, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
Yeah.
Like a child. So I think that's it for me, unless you had anything else.
I'm looking up most useless animals on the planet. Top 10. Are we ready? And we're gonna pick one from that's gonna be lower than a goat. Are you ready? Number 1, a tick.
Okay.
Number 2, an ant.
Okay.
Number 3, humans. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Turtles. I like turtles. Rats. A tapeworm. A mosquito. A goldfish. Lice. Cockroach.
Cockroach is more like Rick.
A wasp. A chickadee. Boobies. I don't know. Cats. Doesn't count.
Agreed with that too.
An ocean sunfish, a cockroach, a snail, a flea, a fly, a koala.
Okay, this is way more than 10.
Yeah, this is just going into a hippopotamus. What the fuck is a kangaroo rat?
All right, this is way more than 10. But I think that your first one, a tick, is I think that's the best one.
I like that. I like a tick. She's a tick. Like, bye.
Yeah, and it like sticks on you and it's like sucking the life out of you.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. It gets real big and then it pops. Kind of like her. She cries all the time.
And you have to burn it off.
You got to burn it off. You can't get rid of it.
Wait a minute. I had a tick on my butt one time.
Wow. Was it on around the crack? I'm not being vulgar.
No.
They do like tight spaces and that skin right there around your anus is tight.
How do you know that? I'm kidding.
Because I know everything there is to know about absolutely nothing.
No, it was on my butt cheek. But
Oh, goldfish.
I was so embarrassed. Like I didn't tell like my mom or my sister or anybody because I didn't want them to have to like burn it off. So I went through like a whole thing of matches, like trying to like get this tick off, but not burn my own butt cheek.
Tyler.
It was 45 minutes well spent and challenging in the bathroom.
Tyler,
Yeah.
you need to go back and you did a good job of not telling your mom and your sister or anyone up until this point in your life. I could have lived forever and never have had now I've got a mental picture of you bent over with a lighter on your ass.
I wasn't bent over.
Trying to get rid
like looking back.
Like, ew. Did you get the head out? Because the head buries in there and you get an infection.
Oh yeah, I got the whole thing.
You could die. You could get Lyme disease in your butthole.
My dad got Lyme disease one time.
In his butthole?
No, not in his butthole. Well, I don't know. I don't know where he got it. I didn't ask him where he got it. But I would assume not his butthole. But who knows?
It could happen. Somebody's had it.
Yeah, so I think that's it for me tonight.
I don't really know. I don't know. Boy, this show just takes a U-turn and I can't even recover. I don't even know where to go at this point.
It's usually not because of me though, so
I know. That's why I'm speechless. Usually it's me going on a tangent about something, and now I'm just buttholes, ticks, and butthole ticks. I don't know.
That's our hashtag for tonight.
That's our hashtag.
Butthole ticks.
Butthole ticks. Let's see. Pussy of the week.
Let's see. Rick's wife.
Oh, wow.
She took a lot of water to the face.
Yeah, but was that really her fault? Was that really her fault? Because it seems like maybe she's used to getting shot in the face.
Yeah, I'll still go with Rick's wife just because that's funny because I don't like him.
Yeah, you just got to let that go, honey. I don't know.
I can't.
No.
Who do you think is the pussy of the week?
Oh, man, there's so many options.
How about production for giving Rick another idol?
Yeah, I don't know. They kind of are. I almost feel like the pussy of the week is the tree, just because.
So the player of the week and the pussy of the week are the same.
The tree,
same object, not person. Just
okay.
Object.
I don't know. I really don't have one this week. I think Victoria played a good game. I think Ron did good. Yeah, he hatched a plan and it backfired in his face. He tried. But you know, that's
the way the cookie crumbles.
That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
That's the top story at Vada Beach.
Boy, you would have heard me all over that tree. You would have.
I don't know. You're really short and like lightweight, so I feel like you would have had a stealthier, sneakier job than Rick did.
That doesn't mean shit. It's this thing right here that would get me in trouble. I wouldn't be able to keep my mouth. I'd probably be thinking I'm going to die in the middle and ask for help. James says, "Can we please talk about Allison's wall? I missed the room shot." The wall? Oh, this is a backdrop. It's not real. See? Like, brick doesn't make that kind of noise.
I said, I don't miss it. Your house is such a mess. You need Marie Kondo.
What?
What?
Is my house a mess? Tyler, my house is not a mess.
I think that there's some things that I could do if I had a few days.
What do you not like about it? Let's address this for a minute. We got a minute.
So it just looks like it smells like old grandmother a little bit.
How does butterflies and owls and kittens
Well, yeah, it's the cats. And then second of all, like the carpet and like the fireplace, and then like your furniture is really old. And during like Halloween or Christmas or whatever the fuck, you have just all these this shit, these like dolls and like
Dude, I have seasonal Barbies. They are my
yeah,
decor.
it's
Okay?
not decor.
It is decor. Let me tell you
It's not.
something. I just bought my first brand new car 3 years ago. I've never been able to afford
Oh my
brand new
god.
furniture. Everything I have is hand-me-downs. So I have to make the best out of everything that I have. So I put my flair on everything. But it doesn't smell like old woman. You can ask Captain Obvious and everyone else who comes over here.
He's used to the smell though.
My house smells like Bath and Body Works because I have a Yankee candle because I have an obsession with candles and plug-ins. It's ridiculous.
Well, what's your favorite Yankee candle scent?
Okay, so right now I'm on
Because I'm a big Yankee Candle fan too.
what is it called? Ooh, hold on, I'm gonna go get it because it's right over here. And
Okay.
I can't remember, but I've got a ton
Oh god.
of candles.
I've just opened up Pandora's box, everybody. If you guys need to tune out now for your own sanity, feel free to. Here she comes.
Currently, I'm really into fruity stuff. So currently, I am on a white strawberry Bellini kick.
Okay.
Which what you got to do is when you get these, you got to get this thing and put on top of it. So the flames go straight. Shut up! I don't even want to hear it because you want the flames to go straight up, or it won't. It won't melt. It won't melt evenly. We all have that problem. If your candles are not melting right, it's because, if you go to Yankee Candle and you get the tumbler, and they try to sell you the little thing that goes on top of it, spend the $10 to get it. I'm telling you, because it won't go down. It'll go down unevenly, and we all hate it when things go down the wrong way. And you want it to be even anyway. But I have so many right now. I'm on the
I really like scents that are kind of like beachy. My favorite smell, November Rain, kind of smells like a guy's cologne, but they discontinued it like 2 years ago, and I'm still so sad about it because I loved that smell so much.
Pink Sands
Pink Sands is really nice.
and sandalwood. Oh yes, James said sandalwood.
hmm
And right now I'm on
I just hate the color pink, so that deters me from buying Pink Sands.
watermelon lemonade from Bath and Body Works and key lime pie. And Christmas, I love the blueberry sugar.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I could do an entire show on candles.
Oh, I could too.
Do you think my house looks dirty and nasty?
I just think that when we win the Amazing Race, I think we could put some money towards that.
But you think it looks dirty?
I just think it looks dated more than dirty.
I know it looks dated. This fucking house was built in like 1984. So, same cabinets. Okay,
We'll
well,
work
now
on
that
it.
my self-confidence has been beat.
No. I'm just a snob with interior design. You can
You
ask any
are.
of my
You're a
friends
very
that.
big snob, and you hurt my feelings, but it's okay. No, I know. I was like, I need to get my carpets clean, but my house isn't dirty. Trust me. If there's anything anyone will tell you, I clean the shit out of my baseboards and stuff. You would not believe.
That's good.
So, anyway.
James says, I'm kind of surprised that Allison lets anything Yankee into her house. Well, she lets the Yankee come on her show, so.
Yeah, I let you on the show, and you're a Yankee.
Mm-hmm. What is this?
This has been my weekly meltdown, where we completely tear Allison down every week.
Every week.
Anyway, I think that's it.
I think that's it too.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Now, I get sick this week with an ear infection and sinuses because I'm old. I'm no spring chicken. My immunity system is wearing out. I'm not young like Tyler. so I get
Nope.
sick from time to time. But we are going to try. Are we going to try to do a show next week?
What? Oh, on Monday?
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday.
Monday works.
Okay, we're going to do a show where we interview each other.
hmm
We're going to ask each other questions, which is hence interviewing.
And we'll get personal.
And we're going to get personal. It's going to be fun. And you guys can ask us questions too. So it'll be fun. So we're going to do that, for about an hour or so Monday. So we'll do that. But until then, we will be back next Wednesday at 9/8 Central to cover Survivor Edge of Extinction. Tyler, how can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at TLyonz, TLYONZZ. That's it.
You know what's a useless animal? An octopus.
Totally disagree. Octopus is
what do
like
they
one
do?
of the smartest animals.
Yeah, but you can be smart and useless.
They're not useless. Have you seen them? Have you seen videos of them like in a jar? They're able to like twist from inside the jar and get themselves out of it. They are very smart.
Okay, you're an octopus. Anyway, so that's it. You can subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. And please like it on Facebook. And please follow me on Twitter at Summers, SOMMERS 1977. And on Instagram, the.memphis.darling. And go ahead and start rolling your eyes because follow my cat Finley on Instagram at Finley's Insty, and that's FINLEYS_INSTI. All right, that's it. I don't have anything else.
Okay. Well, we will see you guys on Monday and then on Wednesday again for Survivor. It'll definitely be us two. We'll see who else joins us next week.
We'll see what's going on. Weird stuff.
Yep.
All right. Hopefully, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.